Hey guys, James, Redeye Race Cars. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'd also like to say please like and subscribe to our channel so that we can get some more videos out to you. Today I would like to introduce another Challenger that we have here in the shop. Customer name is Marc Walker. His handle is SRT Stink Eye, and he came to us for some upgrades for his vehicle. The first thing that he wanted to do, he wanted to get some more rear suspension help, so we went with a ladder bar system. And he also wants to get a twin turbo in this vehicle. He had a Whipple beforehand. This is a full interior, 4,000-pound car, so it's still a heavyweight vehicle. I want you to show you the interior of the car. I mean, it's got the carpet, everything, dash. The bars are behind the dash. Full doors, power windows. I mean, this thing is, it's a little lighter than stock, but it's still a very heavy car. So in the back, we're gonna go over the setup. So like I said, this is a ladder bar setup. This is a chassis engineering housing, and we have a chassis engineering ladder bars that we got from them. We got all the parts unwelded. Marc welded everything together. And then we attach it to the frame that, the cage that he already had done. We're doing shock tower mounts as well. He's gonna have a strange pumpkin, strange axles, and he has strange ends. Once we're pretty much done. Once we're done, we're gonna tin the entire trunk. Then we're gonna make him a custom fuel cell. And then we'll be able to run the lines to the custom fuel cell.
Now you did say this car was on a supercharger power adder beforehand.
Yes, he was always running superchargers. I think he was running a Whipple. He wanted to switch over to turbos. So right here, this is actually his old motor. So this is a 426 motor. His new motor is a 401, which is a little bit small displacement, but it's gonna be the best of every part. Spanking Time is doing that in Utah. And he is going to be using, this is his real intake. This is the LTE intake he's going to be using. And what's cool about this is this actually has an intercooler inside that will help out. Now, funny thing, this is my old twin turbo system that he's actually using. So these are my headers right here. And then these are the Garrett 76 millimeter turbos. And then for us, we're gonna try to mount them as low as we possibly can to the car to help with the weight. And then we're gonna have the cold side come up to here, and then we'll have the hot side come out. We don't really have that figured out yet, but in probably a couple of weeks, this will all be done. His twin turbo kit will be done, the rear end will be done, and we'll be sending this car back out to Utah. He'll get his new motor, we'll get it together, and then the next part is, let's get this thing to the track and see what it actually can do. So his numbers that he told me that the car has done before, I think his best 60 foot was like a 126 60 foot. I believe 822 at 167 miles an hour in the quarter mile is the best he's gotten out of it. No nitrous, that's supercharger only.
Now, as far as transmissions go, what did you guys have set up for this?
He already has a cone-in converter and a cone-in turbo 400. At 4,000 pounds, it's going to be heavy. So it's going to take a lot to move this thing, but we believe that the twin turbos are going to be excellent for this vehicle. He's super excited. We'll definitely have another episode with him in it. It'll be great to see.
So was there a specific reason that he decided to go with the 76 millimeter?
Well, yes, and the reason why I did it when I had my car was we have a cast iron block. There's only so much boost what we can run through that. 2,000 horsepower is kind of safe to be in. These will run way more than 2,000 horsepower, but in his application, like mine, we think that around 2,000 would be pretty much the max that you're going to want to run, and that's why we chose to go with the 76s. They are great. They spool up fast. He's not going to have any kind of lag or anything like that because the pipes are so short. And when his turbos are here, the cold pipe is going to go up. That's going to be, I don't know, 3-4 inches there. And then we're going to do the hot side right out the side. So there'll be no turbo lag. It'll be pretty instant the way my car was. And it's going to be the perfect application because you know, he doesn't have to max it out. He's not going max speed. He's going to be doing some class racing, and it just has to be faster than the other car in the lane. When I got to chose my turbos, they're bigger turbos because with the billet motor, we can have more boost. This motor will be really good at 2,000 horsepower, where my car is going to be at 3,000, 3,000 plus. That's why we wanted to go with bigger turbos, because then you're going to run out of turbo at 3,000 horsepower with the 76s. So what's really cool here is, you know, I see a lot of the guys that use the 315s on these cars, especially a narrow body. They have the tire sticking all the way out here. We were able to make some adjustments so that we fit the tire actually inside the wheel well.
So this is a point of where it's going to sit. This is
and
just an idea.
And we think it's a much nicer look. I mean, obviously it's up on the jack. It's not exactly perfect, but just to give you an idea of what it's going to look like, we think it's going to look way better than having half the tire stick out. So, you know, Marc was able to move some stuff in the wheel well in here to make it actually have that fit. And, you know, this is a big tire. This is a 315. So I think this looks really cool. And this is, you know, as far as performance-wise, I mean, it's going to work really well. I'm not saying that the tires that are out here don't work well at all, but aesthetically, I just think this looks a hell of a lot nicer.
So do you think this is a project that we're going to be able to see at FL2K or TX2K? Is he planning on running any of those?
Absolutely, and I also think this will be a World Cup car, you know, based on the 4,000-pound weight. It will be a perfect fit for those kind of races. Marc also loves quarter-mile racing as it is, and we think this car will be perfect for those things. Marc lives in Utah, so he lives pretty much really far away from all the racetracks. So for him to even make it to FL2K or to make it to TK2K, that's a really long distance. But good news is he's moving down here to Florida, so he's going to be making a lot of these events. So we're super excited to see this car go down and have another twin turbo Challenger out there. You know, we love turbos. Superchargers are cool as well, but we think these turbos really bring these cars to the next level.
So as far as track times go, what's the best time this car has seen so far?
So far on a 3.0 Whipple, he's run 822 at 167 miles an hour, and I believe he had a 125 60-foot. So that's the best this car has done. We believe that the turbos are the next step. We believe the car will go much faster than that, and we believe it's going to do it easier than it was before. At 4,000 pounds, still 822 is nothing to sneeze at, but this car is easily going to be in the sevens. It's pretty close to what my car was, running 790s, and we believe that that car could have possibly gone to 750s. I certainly believe this car can certainly do that. And this car's not really in the East Coast very much because he lives out in Utah, so he's very limited to where he can actually race in, and everything's really far away. I mean, for him to make it to Texas, I mean, that's 1,500 miles to go to Texas, but I believe he's going to be in Texas 2K. He'll definitely be in World Cup next year. He'll be in a lot of, I believe he'll go to FL2K, and the good news is Marc is moving to Florida, so all these tracks that we have here on the East Coast that he was so far away from, he's now going to be a lot closer, and we believe that he's going to be hitting a lot of the tracks with us, and it'll be really nice to see another twin turbo Challenger out there, especially a full weight one. I mean, it's still, you know, the windows work, it's power windows. I mean, it looks pretty much like a stock car. You wouldn't know the difference. All right, so the next process here is we're going to be finishing the truck. We'll be finished fabbing up the gas tank. We'll be running the lines for that. And then we'll work on the turbo kit. And then once the turbo kit is done, put the bumper back on. We have to get the rear shocks. We're still waiting for those rear shocks. We'll get them put on. And that's it. It's a wrap. This car will be heading back to Utah. Marc will be very excited. Hopefully by then his motor will be done and he'll be able to hit the track. And we know what these mods have done, and he should be super stoked. So thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe again to our channel, and we'll be going over a couple of more cars on the next episode, so please stay tuned.